The following episode was recorded in front of a live streaming audience on Saturday, August the 2nd, 2025.
You know who you are? Steeven is my name. Even Steeven.
Will you say something, Steeven?
Steeven or Else Media.
You're listening to the Superman Super Show, and this is bonus episode number 4, We Hate Fascists. There we go. We are live, folks. Welcome to the Superman Super Show live. This is our 37th time doing this. I'm just updating a couple of things because I'm a big fat failure. Boop, 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 boop,
Guess you'll eat some worms.
I should. Nobody likes me. I should go eat worms.
Guess I'll eat some worms.
Okay, so this was... Whoa. I got 2 names on here that I haven't seen before in regard to
Creators.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lee Nowak, signed as Joe Shuster and Ed Dobraka.
Darn immigrants coming in and taking our jobs.
Yep.
I don't know where that came from.
Good thing they're not around now. Trump would hunt them down. Putting their name out there like this. I mean, they're just asking for it.
Now they raided a couple of restaurants not that far away from here.
Oh, boy. There you go.
Yesterday, maybe. I think they
those
took away 10 people or something.
horribly aggressive, violent immigrants.
I know, right? It says something that the main place that they're finding them are gainful jobs, places of gainful employment where they are earning money and contributing back to society. Or
that's because they're the easy ones to get.
Where they're going
they're the easy
to make
ones to
themselves
get
more legal.
Yeah. They're going after the easy mark.
Yep, the low-hanging fruit.
So that they can turn around and say, oh, see, 18,000. And yeah, but 5 of them were violent offenders. The rest were not. Dumbasses.
Is he always so angry?
Okay, someone's worked up.
Yeah, it's all, I completely agree.
It's all smoke
especially
and
after
mirrors. That's all that man is capable of is smoke and mirrors. All he can do is make you look somewhere else, because if you look at him, you'll see him for what he is. So you constantly have to be looking somewhere else. And that is constantly what he's trying to do.
Yep.
The stupid shit he brings up on a daily basis. I want somebody in a news conference to stand up and say, Mr. President, you said that all 180 nations would have tariff agreements, and now they don't. How do you account for that?
Yeah.
Mr. President, you said this and that, and you did not do that. How do you account for that? But nobody is holding the motherfucker accountable for nothing. All the Republican cocksuckers in Congress are just lining up on their knees to suck his dick until he pops, and then they move to the next person. They're not doing anything to rein in the utter idiocy that this man is doing. None of them are. And so every single Republican in Congress is as complicit with what is going on as the president. They are equally responsible. Only slightly less responsible are all the FUD puckers that voted him into office right now. All of this is on them. All of it. Not that it's going to matter, because nobody gets fucking held accountable for anything nowadays. Nobody. And it's just, all you hear is, oh, well, this may be illegal. Oh, he's not supposed to do that. Oh, right. And I'm like, look, will you fuckers quit mouthing off and do something about these things that you say are going on? Otherwise, shut up, because you're not doing anything productive. Nothing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't need to see another tweet or whatever from someone that's, from a politician, from a Democrat, someone within power, someone who has power to do something, tweeting out, this is illegal. Someone should do something. Yeah, isn't that you? Aren't you the one that's supposed to do
Isn't
something?
that your job, bitch?
Yeah.
It's just, it's so frustrating to see that. And it's like, look, obviously it's not illegal, or somebody with any modicum of balls would put a stop to it. So it must not be illegal. There you go. So you're lying when you say it's illegal, or you're a fucking pussy and need to shut up anyways. One or the other. Oh, 3.5 more years of this bullshit at least, unless he finagles a way to stay in power, which I'm fully expecting him to do.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just like word just came out of changes in a South American country, I don't know, Brazil maybe, where the legislature has made changes that now allow the president to stay in power indefinitely. As long as he wants to stay, he can stay in power.
Yeah.
And with the way shit goes in Washington, these ballless Republicans will do that very same thing, without a doubt. 2 or 3 little tokens will say, oh no, I object, and they'll go to the other side of the aisle when they vote. But when it comes down to it, enough won't do it. Vance will cast the deciding vote because he is the lead cocksucker. And so there you go. Whatever the president wants, he gets because nobody has the balls to stop it. Now, there are, I am sure, people in Congress who agree with everything he's doing. I don't doubt that at all. But I can't, for the life of me, believe that there are 50 people that agree with this bullshit that he's doing. I cannot agree. I do not believe that at all.
No, I had started listening to a podcast recently. I haven't finished it, and now I can't remember what it's called. See if I can find it real quick. Poopity poopity poop poop poop. Because it was really quite interesting.
And those of you not on the live feed, boy, you are missing me going off.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Oh.
Huh. I don't know where it went.
But yeah, the most frustrating... he will do whatever he wants to do. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is constantly people coming up and saying, oh, well, that's illegal. He's not supposed to be able to do that. Oh, that's... And I'm like... And then today is the report from yesterday. The Bureau of Labor Jobs, whatever numbers that they put out. He didn't agree with them, so he fired the person in charge. And I'm like, come on, people. You have got to put a stop to this shit. Pretty soon, all that there is going to be is what comes out of that man's mouth. That's all we're going to know. And that is absolutely not the truth about anything. I even doubt that his name is Donald Trump at this point. Because he has fucking said it so much, everything else out of his mouth is a lie. Well, obviously, that's a lie, too. Not only that, but I got to thinking today, I am more of a citizen than he is. My mom and dad were both born in this country. Can he say that? No. Both of their parents were born in this country. Can he say that? No. Can his wife say that? No. So who the fuck are you to be tossing people out when you're not a natively born person in this country? Again, why does nobody bring that up? Mr. President, is it true that your mother was not a natural-born American? How about your wife? Is it true that both of her parents were not born in the U.S., sir? Is that true? Oh.
Well, and the thing is, once in a very rarely. Hold on, I'm putting this on Blue Sky. I'm putting "We Are Live," and Ed is going off.
Sorry, I'm about run out of juice now because I've said my piece.
Yeah,
but
by the time anybody joins, they're going to be like, "Oh, I thought what he's taking a nap." I don't understand. Yeah, every once in a great while, especially near the beginning, you would have certain reporters that would stand up and call him out on his shit.
Well, now they're not there.
And his usual answer was like, "You're being very mean. That's stupid."
Exactly.
And then you'd never see him back at a press conference.
I can't believe that CBS has employed you. You're asking such mean questions, and I don't understand why. Sir, it's because you're
such
dick.
An asshole.
And people want people to know you're a dick. Oh, gosh.
I'll tell you what, the one thing he has accomplished is he really is taking a lot of people from both sides and making them come together.
Maybe.
In opposition of him.
Well, is there any opposition to him? I have not seen him be opposed yet. I have not seen it.
There's a small, it's...
any...
okay, so that reminds me, because I was looking up this podcast. It's called Autocracy in America, It's done by The Atlantic, which I guess is a magazine or a newspaper.
They're a magazine.
Okay. The first season is 5 episodes. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but the first episode is Start with a Lie. And one of the people that they have on is a Republican who, I can't remember the guy's name, who is now very vocal, I guess, anti-Trump. Mm-hmm. But he was in, he talks about how the lies at first, they're so ridiculous that at first, when you're told you need to repeat this lie, because by repeating this lie that Trump has told, you're showing him that you are loyal to him. And it's like, well, it's a ridiculous lie. The lie, like, for example, all the giant crowds of people that showed up to his original inauguration that weren't actually there, then they made, they lied about it. And he, the guy was like, sure, why not? It's a stupid thing to lie about, but big deal. It's a crowd size. I'll tote that line, and he goes, but then after a while, you start to realize, how did I get here? Why am I repeating?
Because you don't have the intestinal fortitude to understand that a lie is bad and not lie is good. There is a line
regardless of level.
There is a line. And when you cross that line, you are bad. And once you are bad, you are bad. Because if you change back, in my mind, I look at you and say, you're a fucking hypocrite. You supported Trump, and now you don't. That's a lie. You do support Trump. You just don't like some of these extreme things he's doing. So you're lying, and that makes you a hypocrite, which in my book means I can't believe anything out of your mouth, just like I can't believe somebody who lies, because that is exactly what you're doing. Lying is one thing, because once somebody starts lying, I can write them off. But somebody that's a hypocrite will start to say things that I'd like to hear. They're what I want to hear. But then I have to remember that, oh no, just last year, this is what you were saying, and now you have changed tunes. Oh, that's right, you're a hypocrite. That puts you on the bad side for me. That's, and just so that you know, as far as the political leanings of The Atlantic is a very left-leaning paper. So they are very liberal. I don't know if you interact with The Atlantic enough to know. I thought they were, but I looked up a little. There's a website that I go to called allsides.com. And I like them because what they will do is they will take big news articles, among other things that they do, but they'll post the news article. They'll post the news article as explored by a left-leaning reporter, a centrist reporter, and a right-leaning reporter. You'll have the headline, and then you'll have left, centrist, right, and you can click on it and read the absolutely different takes on this thing that airplane crashes in Japan, which you're like, how can you possibly put a lean? I mean, it's 237 people. What is there to how do you opinion that? But then they'll have these, and you're like, wow, these people are just, even, I'll say, even the very far right-leaning, it's like, oh man, you people are crazy. That's not what that said. That's not what that means. So, but I like them because they have a big chart, and on the chart is, I don't know, 30 to 40, maybe more news organizations, and they have them categorized as very liberal, centrist, conservative, and very conservative. And it's just a rundown of the chart, and you just look down the chart and you find the organization that you're looking for, and this place is as neutral as I have been able to find, all sides. So I do trust when they say this news agency leans one way or the other. So I always refer to it if I'm wondering, oh, so-and-so has said this about the president. And the first thing I do is I'm like, okay, which way do they go? Because I don't want far at all, right or left.
Yeah.
Moderate left or right, maybe. But I'm more a centrist. I am like, as I'm getting older, I'm finding myself to be more like Ditko and Ayn Rand. There is good and there's everything else. And I want good. If it's anything else, then I'm like, no, screw it. I don't want to deal with it, mess with it. I don't agree with it, believe it, whatever. So There you go. Anybody else that tuned in, you got to hear a little bit about it there.
And then I am, of course, left of center.
Sure.
Though these days, I don't, it's there's a line from a Public Enemy song from 91. The song was By the Time I Get to Arizona. And he says, neither party is mine, not the jackass or the elephant.
My money is spent on a goddamn rent. Neither party is mine, not the jackass or the elephant.
I that rolls through my mind more often than not lately. Every time I see, the one side, Trump do something and then the Democrats do nothing about it. And it's like something,
Right now,
we got to get all the old white people out of power.
Amen. Men.
Old white men.
I don't even mind leaving the old white women alone for a little while just to see, because there's no way to tell what they know or do because they've been overcome by the old white men. So get every one of them motherfuckers out of office. You want immigration? You want you're white? No, you can't run. Get out of here.
The thing that's going on in New York City right now with the mayoral race is a perfect example of what's wrong with the Democratic Party. You've got this guy whose name I suddenly can't remember.
Mamdani or Mamsadani or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Zoran Mamdani.
He considers himself, what does he call himself? Like a democratic socialist or something like that?
He says he's a democratic socialist, which is kind of scary. Depending, I would prefer he hang around the Democratic side more than the socialist side.
Yeah.
I'm not a
I've listened to a lot of stuff that he's had to say and read a lot of stuff that he's had to say and the socialist part of it is all the stuff that's it's like the government, Medicare, that kind of stuff, right? So he won the primary. He voted for by the people.
Yeah,
he won by a landslide. And yet the Democratic Party are out there trying to sandbag his whole...
Fine. Then they get what they deserve what they get.
Exactly.
If that's how you're going to play it, then you can't bitch at the other side and say, because now, but again, nobody else in the Democratic Party that disagrees will hold them responsible for that. They won't stand up and say, well, then why did you say this and post that and send money to this? Why did you do that if this is how you feel after the fact? What you're doing is you're just wagging your mouth to simulate being on that side of, to being on, what is it? The right side. I hate when people say that. Oh, they're just doing that because in history, they want to be seen on the right side. I'm like, fuck that. Just get some balls.
Don't be on the right side for history. Be on the right side because it's the right thing to do.
What I was going to say is you might find that with the way that the Republican Party is pressuring politics in this country, your left is the middle is coming more your way because of such intense pressure from the right side. So your left-leaning may not be as left-leaning as you want to think. You may be now being more closely considered centrist with all of the intense pressure that the conservatives are putting on political spectrum. So,
politics.
Huh? Politics? Well, we're going to come down there and take all your oil, but this is our oil. Yee-haw! Well, here's my missile. Okay, take it. Politics.
If I had to pick a party, I would say that the party that best represents my thought pattern are libertarians. That is, but I can't register libertarian in the state of West Virginia because if I do, that's considered a vote in the primary, and so I cannot then vote in the main election because I have voted in the primaries by putting myself down as libertarian, which I put non-committed as my party. And then come the real elections, I vote for whoever the fuck I want to vote, whatever side of the aisle they're on. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll probably do that next time.
Your R and your L, and they don't mean shit to me because anybody can throw up a letter and then lie through their teeth. Even though the people that I believe that I back after hearing what they have to say, they can get in there and do whatever the hell they want. I mean, I realize that. And it's like, well, that one's on me. I helped put them there. So, there is no accountability in this world anymore. Look at Russia. Is anybody holding them accountable? No. Unfortunately, at this point, look at Israel. Is anybody holding them accountable? No. And it's just like, where did that world go that you had to be afraid of what you did because there were repercussions? And that is what helped people fly straight. That was the motivation to be a decent person, is that if you weren't, somebody was going to call you and very unfavorable things were going to happen to you.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
It worked for hundreds of years.
The thing is I keep telling myself what we need is a Star Trek First Contact moment. Zefram Cochrane goes into space with his warp drive. The Vulcans, they see him, they come down. Everything everything in society is great. I mean, I'm sure it happened overnight. But if you've ever seen the movies Star Trek Next Generation First Contact, that moment in their history, the Earth has gotten much worse than it is now before they get to that moment. So I'm like, oh crap, it's going to get much worse. If we follow the Roddenberry doctrine,
that is just
it's going to get much worse before it gets better.
I think that's just very romanticized, because I think
totally.
What you would have is people, particularly at the ends of the spectrum, you would have them dig in like motherfuckers. And somehow what we just saw would be their fuel for, see, I told you. And it's like, you never said anything about a true alien invasion. What are you talking about? No, see, it's... and it's like...
I wasn't talking about immigrants this whole time. I've been talking about actual space aliens.
It just... the stupidity is just so deep that there is that group of people that can't not be stupid, because if they stay in it, they're okay. But if they don't, then people will actually call them out on being stupid, and they don't want that to happen. So they just keep going. They just dig in deeper, and it's like, I just...
Have you ever seen the movie The Distinguished Gentleman?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was from the 90s with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Con man Thomas Johnson is running for Congress.
It's the con of a lifetime.
And speaking out on gun control.
Men like a nice warm Uzi.
On taxes.
Read my lips.
On the economy. And on sex education.
Hey.
Eddie Murphy, The Distinguished Gentleman.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Rated R. Coming December 4th to theaters everywhere.
It's been forever since I've seen it, but I feel I need to go out and look for that again. Because the only thing I really quite remember about that movie is that Eddie Murphy was a con man. He learned that the guy running for Senate in his district has his same name and that he died. And so he decides he's just going to go ahead and run because people vote for the name.
Right. Yeah, they don't.
And then when he gets into office, he can, it's a good con. And then, of course, he learns when he gets into office that they're all more crooked than he is. That's what I kind of remember about the movie. But I have to watch
crooked.
it again.
I mean, he was crooked, but it was on a very completely different level than the life crooked kind of stuff. And that's something else we should do. 4 years. You go to Congress, you get 4 years, you get to fuck out. You don't go back in.
Fuck yeah.
You don't go any. So you choose what you want to do, because once you do it, you got 4 years and that's it. 4 years in the House, 4 years in 4 years for governor, 4 years for it doesn't matter. Whatever your platform is, you better get that shit done in 4 years, because you're out and you're not coming back. You don't get another chance. So, none of this life in Congress, getting all these perks and 4 years. That's it. 4 years for president, 4 years for vice. The only lifers are judges. I don't have a problem with judges being life appointments.
Come again for judge first?
I don't think anybody in a place of power is it anybody who is in a position of power over a large group of people, whether it be a city, county, state, country. I don't think they should be there for a lifetime thing, only because it's so easy to get corrupted in those positions.
Well, that's where you definitely get the term familiarity breeds contempt. You're familiar with the job, you're familiar with the demands, and you just become contemptuous of it. And it's like, whatever. I say, okay, yeah.
Start coasting
through.
Yeah,
whatever this is. Yep. But now those people that do decide based on the written law what is right and wrong, that's a lot tougher, I think, to sway them. And if they do corrupt, I think it's a lot more visible. I think you can see it a lot better than a senator who makes deals all the time that we never hear about. So we have no idea what they do.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
Let's record.
We want to thank you for listening to this. I want to give a podcast recommendation real quick.
Okay. Do you want to do it while we record, or we can do it?
Actually,
we can do it in the banter for recording.
Yeah, we'll do that in the recording. The banter.
Okay.
Speaking of recording, are you recording?
Yes, I have been. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, me too. Cool.
And we're looking at Action 38, right?
Action 38.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Superman Super Show. Questions and comments can be directed to the Superman Super Show at gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show, you can help to boost our presence online by leaving a rating or review on your favorite podcast app. The Superman Super Show is a presentation of Steeven or Else Media. For more nerdy content just like this, check out SoManyPodcasts.com or use the link in your show notes. Superman is a registered trademark of DC Comics and was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
You piece of shit alien! That is where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. I'm as human as anyone. I love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other and I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time. But that is being human. And that's my greatest strength.